Hi, this is Vikram here from Kylas, and today we bring you a series of 10 to 15 minutes podcast or learning sessions on how to use a CRM for your business growth. Right? Most of the times, I have seen that when people start off with CRMs, they don't know how to configure their systems, how to kind of use advanced systems. Mostly only 10-15% features get used while we are giving an enterprise grade CRM. So we are going to start a series where primarily we'll be doing climbing the base, then a mid-level, and then the advanced series. So consider the whole business journey as a mountain you are going and how the systems are going to help you get there faster. Right? I don't want to waste more time. So let's start with the base systems. So let's understand the basics and the concepts. You hear a lot of jargons when you talk to say CRM company, right? Something like a pipeline, you hear lead and deals. So let's understand really the basics of CRMs. So main entities that are in the CRM is a customer, is a company, there is a contact, and we are selling a product. So these are the basics of all kind of sales. Now let us come to the kind of businesses that are there. So we have B2B businesses, we have B2B2C businesses, and we have B2C and e-com, which can fall in the same category. So let's come to a B2B business first, right? And before you start getting on with your CRM, the basics you have to understand is please do your sales flows first. What reports you're going to need, what would you like to track. CRMs have some basic report, but every business works differently. Right? So B2B kind of needs a company because you're doing business with a company. Basic difference between a B2B, B2C. B2C is kind of e-com where you're directly dealing with a customer. Is again a B2C does not need to deal with a company. So it's a one-to-one relationship when you're selling to a customer. And when you're selling to a company, it can be a one-to-many relationship because you can be selling to multiple people within the same company, or you can be selling multiple products to the same person within a company. So primarily deal is required because primarily for B2B more than anything else, because you're dealing, there is duplicacy at deal level which cannot be a good thing. So you need unique parameters with company, contact, and a deal which is going up. Lead is just trying to figure out an engagement. So let's come to B2B now, right? And how to configure your B2B systems. So B2B can be split in selling to SMBs and selling to enterprise. So when you are selling to an SMB, primarily you have to go large on the funnel. So you identify your ICPs, you build up your database. So you follow the SPANCO method where you suspect, prospect, and then you get a interest and you onboard and all this. So suspecting to prospecting is handled in the lead pipeline primarily. So you can so currently people do a lot of outreach or list building and all these things. So you can build a suspect list, right? And let's start with that. I'm a B2B company. I want to kind of reach out to, I'm an agency, let's say, or a software company, and I want to reach out to all the manufacturing clients, right? And I also want to reach out to other SaaS companies so that I can provide them service. So in this case, I'll build a list of all the manufacturing SaaS companies. I'll gather the list from LinkedIn, and there are Other ways to do it, you can connect it to Apollo, you can connect it to Zoom Info or other tools. So we have all the connectors building. So this is a suspect list or a suspect pipeline, right? Now, what is the definition of pipeline? Pipeline is a data set on which you want to perform certain activities and run certain reports on. It gives you flexibility to run your marketing and sales in the way you want. Otherwise, the systems become too hard. So this gives you, so I can have a suspect pipeline, I can have a lead or a prospect pipeline, I can have kind of an existing customer pipeline, which primarily I will nurture, I will reach out to, and it allows me to run the marketing the way I want and kind of watch my full funnel, right? So we get started with B2B. I have pulled in all the data in the suspect pipeline. I will start my marketing activities on a suspect pipeline. And so I have my emailers, so all the emails are inbuilt in Kylas. You can connect to a Gmail and Outlook. Let's see how to do that. Once I connect my email, I can, if you need sequencing, I can connect an N10 engine to do a detailed sequencing or a batching server. Actually, N10 is cheaper and I can bring back the scores to Kylas. So recommended engine is N10 to do the sequencing. Simple workflows, bulk emails, bulk WhatsApp, it's all inbuilt into the system, right? So bulk campaigns you can do from the system. There is a lead scoring engine which will allow you to understand the engagement ratio. So your outreach campaign can be completely designed on the platform, right? And you can start tracking the outreach campaign. So once your outreach has started, from there on you want to catch the signals. Has somebody opened my email at a contact level? So it's how many people in the company have opened the email, and you can set triggers to define that and set your scope. Has somebody opened my WhatsApp? So you can also set sequencing based on what signals you're catching and do further engagement. And you can also nudge your salesperson by saying, okay, the scores have increased, please start reaching out. So you have a much more engaged client. From now you are getting into prospecting, right? So as soon as a score reaches beyond a certain level, you can just trigger a workload, convert it into a prospect. So primarily what you are doing is suspect is the reach out. So people use Clay or Lemlist or other tools for reach outs. You don't need to do that. You can just build a suspect pipeline of all the outreach with N10, and so we build scrapers, we build frameworks for that. It's very easy to do that, right? And all the medium or all the communication medium converge at a single. The advantage of using a single tool is all the data comes back to the system. For example, if you send out a WhatsApp, you know if the WhatsApp has been opened, not opened, replied to. And you can also kind of reply back with GenAI and all these on that. Same way with emails, you can also connect to your cloud telephony and know if the call has been picked up, if you're doing cold calling and all these to understand what's happening. Once a lead shows some engagement, you can move it to a prospect. The prospect is, there is some level of interest, and prospect or lead is used alternatively and try to convert it into a deal. Once you know, so once it's converted to a prospect or a lead, the ball is in the salesperson's court, right? He has to start following up, or inside sales, he has to start sending out proposals, some pricing. Once the customer says, okay, I am interested, let's move ahead, it converts to a deal. So you can be selling one product or two different products, or you can be selling two different products to two different companies. and you can create 2 deals from just one lead. And that is what a system does for you. And while converting into a deal, you can always change stuff there. Once a deal starts, that means there is a very high level of interest. Mostly it will be mainly proposals or demos if you are kind of product company. And the negotiations and the final closure, signing and onboarding is what will be included in a kind of a deal pipe. So in this whole journey, you have to kind of take care of what reports do you need, what's the velocity, how's my full funnel report looking. You need marketing reports combined with suspecting reports. So if you're running a campaign on a cohort, the system connects to Facebook, Google, you can run custom campaigns, lookalike campaigns. So all this is possible. So cost per engagement or cost per lead is what you can keep as a parameter with the activities. Once you're in the lead segment, how do you engage better? Then a salesperson kind of engagement rate or follow-up rate or tasks or all these can be defined. And at a deal level, obviously, how good are you at doing the deal and follow-ups and proposals and negotiations? And how fast is your deal pipeline or revenue pipeline moving? Cost of kind of time it takes to move from one stage to other is very, very important. You can define drop-offs if any, how to arrest that. You have to always keep nurturing going on. You can do validation. So at every point, you can keep doing marketing by sending validation emails and all these. So all these things are very, very important. Get these basics set up. So main thing is in B2B, there is a company you are dealing with. So you need a lead and a deal pipeline. In B2C, you can actually, if you don't do a deal pipeline, it's okay because it's one-to-one relationship. If you also want to do a deal pipeline, if you're splitting B2C between, okay, I'm going to get leads and then I'm going to pass on to someone who's going to close the customer. So these are high value deals. In e-com, it's just, you can treat it as a CDP or customer retention type platform. Kind of, you have one large lead pipeline which you are working. So that's the basic difference. Today we talked a little bit about B2B basics, right? How to set up your pipelines and all these for SMBs. Next series is going to be about B2B for enterprise and account-based marketing. A little bit more content, complex, more focus on content there. Scoring gets more critical. So I hope you enjoyed this series. We are going to be sending you some basic templates for B2B marketing, how to set up your flows, how to set up your SOPs and tags before you get started. We'll give references of a couple of B2B companies so you understand better. And obviously go through the demo and understand how it's done on Kylas. Thanks a lot, and we'll continue with this. Thank you.